Well, all right. Hello, and welcome to another Peak Performance Secret session. My name is Kamoye Benjamin, and I identify as a peak performance coach. What does that mean? It means that I help individuals and teams to deploy themselves at the optimum mindset and skill set in order to create more, whatever more represents, whether more impact, more income, more clarity, more decisiveness, more delegation, whatever more represents. There's a mindset and there's a skill set required, and we ought to deploy ourselves in a way that will actually help us create that result, whatever more represents for you. I've been having a conversation about discipline, and today's discussion is discipline demands death, the price of becoming. I love this topic, and today we will be diving into what exactly does death represent. At least it's metaphorical for you. I'm not saying that you're going to die if you become disciplined, but what exactly does discipline demand death? That discipline will not become a characteristic and a trait that you have until something dies. There is an exchange, there is a letting go that is required in order for you to become disciplined. Now, when we're doing what we do and we're not getting the results that we want, we can stay on that path, not getting the results, but trapped by our current beliefs, current behavior, current habits, and not getting what we want. You may have said this, because I know I've said this myself. I don't know why I keep doing this. And you're getting the same result, but you're like, I don't know why I keep doing this. And I've told myself that I'm going to change, but I don't know why I keep doing this. We get caught up in automatic responses that do not serve us and do not help us to create what we are trying to create. And we're unable to let go. We're unable to pull back. We're unable to give up on those behaviors that are holding us back from what it is that we want. And so the idea that discipline demands death is this idea that bad habits and good habits cannot coexist at the same time. It's either you consistently make choices that are in alignment with your desire and therefore achieve that outcome. And we can then say that through discipline, you acquired the thing that you want. Or you dabble between the two and you never get the results that you desire. Over time, you miss out, you lose out on the impact you could have had, the income you could have had, the fitness levels that you could have had, the mastery that you could have gained. You miss out on that. It's this idea that the two of them cannot coexist together, and yet you expect the outcome, the desire, the income, the impact, whatever more represents for you. A belief that you are limited and that you are not good enough and that you do not matter cannot exist at the same time with the belief that you are unlimited and that you are great and that there is greatness within you. These two beliefs cannot coexist. And when you bring in, based on your desired outcome, the beliefs that are required for what you want, this belief hammers away and uproots at the limiting beliefs, at the assumptions that do not serve you until it's the only one that's remaining king. And then that belief influences your behavior, and your behavior creates the results that you want. I say it so easily right now, but I never understood it this way. Look at this idea. Death precedes resurrection. Death precedes resurrection. The old has to pass away. The old has to die for the new to emerge. The butterfly is always inside the caterpillar. But the caterpillar has to go through a process of death. It has to go through a process of transformation, changing form in order for the butterfly to emerge. And so I shared this in the series on how chaos precedes discipline. Because in our mind, what is happening is we're developing pathways and grooves. Pathways in our mind are like grooves where information is passed, automatic responses are already created that when this happens, this is what you should do. The process when you are learning how to drive a car is a process of chaos. Is a process of old patterns and beliefs and ways of doing things. And while you're in that process, there's a lot of neural pathways being developed so that you can have automatic processes for doing what it is that you desire. And when you start on day one, you're looking at the pedals underneath and you're like, I want to drive the car, but where's the pedal? Where's the pedal? What should I step on? And oh wait, there's a rear view mirror and there's two side mirrors at the back and there's a gear shift over here and wait, there's 3 pedals. I need to navigate all these things at the same time. In that moment, your mind is rewiring itself very quickly as you learn a new habit. But imagine unlearning old habits where the brain is supposed to bypass a normal pathway and to create a new pathway. The old pathway has to die. It has to die. And it has to die for several reasons. Number one, because the new will not emerge until the old gives way. Until the old gives way. Death precedes resurrection. The new you, the becoming that you are supposed to go through so that a new person emerges, a new Benjamin who doesn't struggle with making this choice when presented with this choice. Until I become that person, something has to die. Beliefs have to die. Mindsets have to die. Routines have to die. Appetites have to shift. And that process, I did cover it in another video called How Chaos Precedes Discipline. As we develop the mental pathways, the mind, the pathways, the neurological pathways, that's a correct word, the neurological pathways for that which we desire, we are at the same time killing pathways for that which we don't want, killing pathways for behavior that doesn't serve us, killing pathways for what we've known all along. But by letting go, we're offering ourselves an opportunity to recreate ourselves afresh, to take a new decision and move in the direction of what we sense God is seeking to do within us and what God wants to be done through us out into the world. Because you cannot give what you don't have. And if you want to standing on a platform and share from a fullness, from an overflow of your life, then it has to be in place. Death precedes resurrection. Here's another reason why I think discipline demands death. And it's the law of price. The way I understand the law of price is this. And this has been profound for me. It's a topic that I continue to learn. I hope that I can express it in a way that will make sense to you. Anything of value that you want to acquire in your life, anything of value requires value for it to come to you. I'll give you an example. If you walk into a shop and you want to buy the latest iPhone, let me talk about Apple. You want to buy the latest iPhone, and that phone brags about certain qualities and features and a certain value, camera, all that, storage. There's a certain value. And the manufacturer has said that until you part with X amount of money, which is value, you're not getting this phone. So the phone is sitting there in the counter. You want it, but the phone is looking at the shopkeeper and say, can you receive a value for a certain amount before you can hand me over to this person? Are you getting that? Imagine now your goals and dreams are watching you from afar and saying, oh, you want to have a 6-figure income. Oh, you want to have $1 million in income. Okay, that's great. Before you have me as an outcome, I require you to become the person who has me. In other words, qualify yourself. So in the shop, you would give money. But in life situations, you have to develop the discipline. And that discipline demands that old habits die. Ways in which you speak die. Ways in which you address people die. And this is metaphorical death in the sense that you're no longer doing those things anymore. You want this position. This is what this position demands. You want this fitness. You want this muscle. You want this chest. Oh, good. Here is what it demands. There's a law of price. And you found it in instances where people get something that they have not become the person who can have that thing. It finds a way of flying away from their lives. Isn't that what the scriptures say? That ill-gotten wealth has wings. Where does it fly? Why does it fly away from you? Because you have not become the person who has earned. You've become worthy of the worth that that thing has in itself. Does that make sense? That the law of price demands that in order for you to get something, you have to become a person who is worthy of the worth of the thing. You have to become a person who is worthy of the worth of the thing. And so you have to pay the price. And so you have to pay the price, and you're not paying with money. You're not paying with money. You're paying through your decisions. You're paying through your discipline. You're paying through the choices that you have to make. You're paying the price through the routines that you have to adopt. You're paying a price by the way that you're utilizing your time. In the past, you would have sat down and watched an episode after another on Netflix. Now you look at that and say, you know what? This is what is required of me. You're going to open a book and you're going to read it and you're going to underline it. And you're going to take the right kind of food. And you're going to sleep the required number of hours. And you're going to say no to things you said yes to. And you will develop yourself to become the person who is worthy of that thing. The becoming journey is a journey of death. Is a journey of death to our former self in order for that new self to emerge. It is this same concept and principle that you also see in the Christian walk. Yes, through salvation, the first step is we are renewed. All right? Through that first step, when we accept Christ, the old is gone and the new has come. And we're required to put off the old man and put on. There's something to put off: habits, tendencies, styles of doing things that hold us back. They have to die. We have to let them go. And we have to put on these new habits, these new disciplines, these new routines, this new mindset in order for us to clinch that which we desire. Discipline demands death. death in our old patterns, death in our old ways of thinking. Discipline demands death. I'd like to talk more about this, but let me stop there for now. My invitation to you is write to me in the comments and let me know, what did you pick up from our session today? Death demands discipline. What's one idea that you can apply in the direction of your dreams so that you can achieve them? I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Until the next time, Benjamin Kamoye, be well and bye for now. Bye bye.